We are live. We are live. Guess what, guys? Photography is not a crime. I know. You guys know that. We are live. Oops. We are live. Guess what, guys? Photography. Whoa, where's that go? Is not a crime. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. I had like a gazillion windows open there. Yeah, photography is not a crime. You know that. I know that. Law enforcers know that, but they're going to treat you like you committed a crime because you are engaged in photography, which is the press. Who is the press? What does this First Amendment have to do with? What is this? Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. So if Congress can't make a law abridging the freedom of the speech or of the press, and Congress makes laws with the opinions of politicians backed by the threat of force, then how can law enforcers enforce a law, imagined or otherwise, because basically it's a fiction in their own minds that you've committed some kind of criminal activity because you're reporting a military installation from outside the gate, or you're outside of a police station, a law enforcement agency, or you're recording inside a car that's on a public roadway. For some reason, they want to act like you have committed a crime. Their actions dictate that they believe you've committed a crime, or they wouldn't be wasting the manpower and resources to investigate you. And that's what it is. It's an investigation when you're engaged. I mean, to add insult to injury, it's you're engaged in a constitutionally protected activity that they swore to uphold, protect, and defend. But as irony would have it, in the land of the free and the home of the slave, law enforcement agents seem to think it's okay to deploy massive resources and waste taxpayer dollars investigating a man or woman with a camera. It's a crazy thing. Unless we forget, in times of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. And that's what the press is. The press is just recording what you see in public. Like some of you guys, some of the auditors are saying out there, some auditors say, hey, you can't trespass what the eyes can see in public. If there's something that I can see in public, that I can record in public, that you can record in public as members of the press, and that's all of us. You don't have to have press credentials. And if you did, what would that look like? Who's going to approve you as being the press? And if you need approval to be a part of the press, then you don't really have freedom, do you? If you need permission to be the press, if you're not free to be the press, then you're not free. If you're not free to speak openly in public, then you're not free. If you're not free to worship whatever God and be involved in whatever religion that you're in, then you're not free. And this isn't the land of the free, home of the brave, which it really isn't. Somebody asked if I'm a statist. Well, I guess define statism. You know, to me, statism is the belief in the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, God of government, who needs to come down and set us all straight and make laws, because without them, we would have utter mayhem and chaos and blood in the streets and burning tires and broken windows and flipped cars. So no, I wouldn't classify myself as a believer in the fiction called government. It is that great fiction by which everyone seeks to live at the expense of everyone else. And if you're living at the expense of someone else without their consent, violating their will to do so, that's illegitimate. That is immoral. And that is the basis of what we call government, governo mentis, to control the mind, or mind control. Governo means to control, which is govern, and mentis, mente, the mind, to control the mind, mind control. So no, I'm not into mind control. I'm not a believer in mind control. I appreciate the question, though. That's one of the things that we need to set brush fires of freedom in the minds of men about, is that there's this serious belief in statism to the point where I'm of this political party. I'm on team red. I'm on team blue. I believe that we should go off to war so that we can increase the scope of our freedom. Empire building. No, I believe as a Democrat that we need to give handouts to people and increase the coffers of the welfare industrial complex. There's the warfare industrial complex, the welfare industrial complex, the prison industrial complex, and every political parasite has their hand and their fingers in that pie because everybody wants a cut. It's all about money. It's all about power. So you are the press. Photography is not a crime. In times of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. Truth will always be treason in the empire of lies. And if you're acting in accordance with truth as the press, wanting to just, you take this is the most dangerous weapon on the planet is this thing right here, guys. Just a simple phone. Well, it's not really simple. It's very complex, but it's just one of these pieces of equipment that even little 5-year-old kids have. You turn this recorder on, that is the most powerful weapon. Why? Because this is a truth-telling device. When you pull that out, you are showing the truth. Can it be craftily edited to where you're taking things out of context and make what actually happened look like it didn't happen and vice versa? Sure, you could. But I'm just talking about somebody who's out there recording in public, at a post office, at a federal installation, at a military installation. You are actually recording human history as it unfolds before your very eyes. This is a truth-telling device, and that's why we're doing this video right here, because photography is not and never should be construed as a crime, although in the minds of law enforcement officials who want that ring of power, who approach you because you're a man or woman on the street, recording in a public place, in concert with, in lockstep with, that which is outlined in the First Amendment, freedom of the press, they treat you as a criminal. So we're going to look at this. Oh, you know what? Before we go on, because I was looking for this video in the last live stream we had. This is an interview with former Federal Reserve Chairman Alan Greenspan. And the question is, what should the relationship be between a Federal Reserve Chairman and a President of the United States? If you wonder who's in control, Biden, by the way, Biden is not in control. Yeah, they'll call him the leader of the free world, but come on, the guy needs to be sent to a home somewhere. He can't even put 2 sentences together. He can't even properly read a teleprompter. This guy needs to be out of there. Biden is not in control. Trump before him wasn't in control. Obama before him and Bush before him and on and on. These guys aren't the ones in control because they are the ones that can't question the power or object to the activities of the Federal Reserve, says the Federal Reserve Chairman back in the 1990s, Alan Greenspan. Listen to this. If you doubt who's in control, just listen to them admit it and gloat about it.
What is
By the way, the sound is super low on this, so I'm going to turn off my mic. It's turned all the way up on this YouTube video, but listen to this. Here's who's in control.
What is the proper relationship? What should be the proper relationship between a chairman of the Fed and a president of the United States?
Well, first of all, the Federal Reserve is an independent agency, and that means basically that there is no other agency of government which can overrule actions that we take. So long as that is in place and there is no evidence that the administration or the Congress or anybody else is requesting that we do things other than what we think is the appropriate thing, then what the relationships are don't frankly matter. And
they don't frankly matter. He's going to go on to say, and I've had great relationships with the President of the United States. But listen to what he says. He's basically saying we're a private entity, and as long as the Congress or the president or anybody else, including the judiciary, so you got the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch, the 3 branches that make up government, as long as what we do isn't questioned by them, and they're not trying to step in and overstep their bounds and try to put themselves in the driver's seat, I don't care what the relationships are. We are in control, which is perfectly consistent with what Amschel Rothschild said back a couple hundred years ago. Give me control over a nation's money. I don't care who makes the laws. I don't care who the politicians are. I don't care what laws they pass. I don't care if they're team red. I don't care if they're team blue. As a matter of fact, we like team red and team blue because if Joe across the street is team red and Frank across the other side of the street is team blue, then they're going to be at each other's throats and they're going to be way too busy attacking each other to pay attention to big old, not little old, big old us. It's a big club. You ain't in it. Alan Greenspan is. And it doesn't matter what the relationship is between the President of the United States, the Supreme Court justices, the members of Congress, which is the opposite of progress. It doesn't matter what they say. What we say goes. That's who's in control. And most Americans still don't know this. And this extends far beyond the United States of America. Shane Bushta drops a link and says there's no worse enemy, there's no worse tyranny than to force a man to pay for what he does not want merely because you think it would be good for him, from Robert Hyland. Exactly. Thanks for that super chat. I will read all super chats at the end of this, but I want to go ahead and get started. This is the YouTube channel Auditing Britain. Love this guy's stuff because not only is it educational and informational, but it is downright entertaining. This guy is hilarious. And I love his angle of attack, so to speak, is, hey, I'm just a guy with a camera. I'm out here having a good time. I don't need to ask permission to anybody to go record. If you got to ask permission, then, you know, you think that you have a governmental or a legalese daddy or mommy who's got to tell you what to do. And, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, please forgive me. Don't apologize for exercising your right as a human being to do what you want to do, as long as you're not harming, threatening to harm or steal somebody else's stuff. Let's listen a little bit to Auditing Britain here. Really good stuff. Good interactions with the members of the public who are at this Amazon distribution warehouse and members of the law enforcement agency that are going to pretty soon swoop down on top of him. Let's learn a little something here from Auditing Britain.
Anyway, we don't care about Amazon. I was hoping to ask these two. They look very busy. Oh, hello, madam.
Yeah. Why you take a video, but without a permission?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No. What are you doing?
We're taking video without permission.
She said, we noticed you're taking video without permission. What are you doing? I'm taking video without permission. I love that. It's so classic.
Yeah, because you know, like there's a private land, and you took a video, but without a permission.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
What's this building over there?
I don't know. I don't know the building.
Do you work here?
I work in here, but if you take the video, but without
Yeah.
permission.
I just wanted to ask about that.
Yeah.
Huh?
I wanted to ask about that building.
That's the building, but you know, like you can't come to the reception to talk to us. It's not.
You want me to come to reception?
She wants to talk to him about the fact that he's recording without permission. And he's going, yeah, well, whatever. Well, what's in this building right here? What is this building? Hilarious.
Yes, they can't come to inside the reception to talk to us. Yeah.
All right.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Hello. You want me to go there?
Yeah.
Sure.
The,
Whoa, look at all these vans.
the spirit of this guy.
Relax.
Receive.
Lady, listen, relax.
Calm down.
Can we come to the reception, please?
Are you okay?
Yeah, can you come to the reception?
Are you okay? Yeah, we just have a dastardly man with a what, a handgun? No. It's a long rifle. No, it's a bazooka. Oh my God, is he wired with explosives? No, it's even worse. He's got a camera.
Thank you.
I'm in building here. I'll be getting to minutes, yeah?
Thank you. Could you grab...
Yeah, I want to say that this guy, he take the video from us, from outside with the permission, but we're at private land. So I don't know what he's doing.
Say that again?
I don't know what he's
He took
doing.
the video from us, from, you know, like from the, by the gate there, and I don't know what he's doing, so I want to report.
You just said what I was doing. And then you say you don't know what he was doing. You just said I was taking videos outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why?
Why are you taking video?
Why?
It's almost like we're in an open air insane asylum. Yeah, this guy was taking video in public across the street, and we don't know what he's doing. And Auditing Britain goes, "You just said what I was doing, and then you said you didn't know what I was doing after you just said you knew what I was doing."
I just wanted to know what that building next door to you. What is it?
What, that one?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not open yet.
And then she said, "Come with me." And yeah, I mean, I'll sit here all day if you want me to. Is there any cappuccinos? Cappuccino?
What?
Could you make me a cappuccino?
And
Could you make me a cappuccino?
Why?
Because she invited me. Where's my coffee?
we got a coffee for the later. I just to wait for my manager to come.
You want me to wait?
Yeah, I just wait for my
All right, but I need the coffee while I'm waiting. Could you go make me one quickly?
No, the coffee upstairs. I just
Oh,
wait for
let's
my
go. Let's go
manager.
make one.
No, I wait for my manager.
Oh,
to
come
come.
on,
1
man.
minute, 1 minute.
Yeah,
My
okay.
manager is coming.
I don't know if I was outside, she said come with me, so I came.
Where's Alex? I said reception. Where's Alex?
Who's Alex?
Again, this is all to highlight a man, not with a handgun, not waving around a long rifle, doesn't have any kind of armament, no knife, nothing like that. He's just got a camera. I understand people asking, hey, why are you doing this? I totally get it. Not a problem. But what's interesting is this yard marshal invites Auditing Britain into their facility, which is classic. She's objecting to him being in public with a camera recording out in the open where everybody can. And then she's going to invite the cameraman that she's concerned about recording outside in public into the privately funded facility so that he can continue recording in there. Makes no sense. This video is classic on so many levels. How rude to invite somebody in and not
Yeah, I'll be here.
coffee, tea, and crumpets.
Seriously, no coffees today? My friend. Is there no coffees at all?
Just recording.
Do you want me to speak to her? How are you? Good. How can I help?
He's doing video when he's talking.
I was outside, she said come with me, so I'm just following her.
Oh, are you videoing?
Yeah, I was outside filming, and then she called me, she said come with me to the reception, so I came. I was hoping she's going to make me a coffee. Any cappuccinos around?
Releasing less officers as
It's okay. I'm confused.
Me too. Ask her.
No, but the thing is, like he keeps on video when he talking.
Just one thing. Are you recording right now?
Yeah.
He's always
This is private property. Can you,
I know, but she invited me in.
can you not record? I'm not sure why. Why did you invite him in?
No, I just told you.
Listen, if you invite somebody, you need to make them coffee. Otherwise, it's rude. I need coffee and biscuits right now.
But the thing is, this is a private land.
Oh no, but I was in public land. You invited me to the private land.
You invite private land. Yeah.
It's fine.
That's like
So,
you've done enough.
let me repeat that. I
Go
was
back
in
to the
public
yard.
land, filming.
Yeah.
That lady, she invited me into your private land. I know this is private, but she invited me here. And she didn't make me any coffee, no biscuits, no nothing. I mean, that's pretty rude, don't you think?
Not really. Because
You don't think it's rude? You invite somebody, you need
Let
to
me
make them
finish.
coffee.
she
Yeah,
was
go on.
concerned you were filming inside.
I was filming outside.
No, but you're filming inside.
But what she's done, she invited me in. Do you understand?
Yeah, just to get security involved. We're not sure why you
Okay,
filming
now I'm
inside.
in. What do you want?
They were just wondering why you were filming.
That's it? Well,
So, if you could just not do that.
yeah, I'll be going. That building next door to you, do you know what it is?
No, really. I think it's still for rent.
Is it?
To be rented,
Looks
yeah.
very secretive.
What, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been built for a few years now.
Anyway, can I get that coffee now?
It's upstairs.
Can I get one?
It's upstairs.
You know, if you make me a
Now,
coffee.
now she says it's upstairs. He didn't do this, but wouldn't it have been funny if he went upstairs to look for the coffee pot and the crumpets? That would be so funny.
You'll be like a hero. I promise. Can you make me one?
I don't like being a hero.
Come on.
I'm fine.
You want to make me one?
I'm sorry.
Psychologically bringing it down to the human level. That's how we change hearts. That's how we set brush fries of freedom in the mind of men. Break down the defenses. Guys, any fool can start a quarrel. Any fool can initiate an argument. Any fool can make somebody throw up their defenses. That's easy. What's difficult is to get inside the psychological makeup of human beings, whether they're in uniform or just members of the public or whatever, and then drop down into their hearts, bring them on that human level. Now we can get somewhere. That's what I like about what Auditing Britain's doing right here. He's taking people, you'll see him take people mentally out of their uniforms, down to the human level. Hey, let's talk. What's going on here? Any criminal activity going on? Do you really have this much time to deal with little old me? I'm not engaged in criminal activity. As a matter of fact, the activity I'm engaged in is protected by even, the UK Constitution or whatever.
Okay, you have a lovely day, yeah?
Totally disarming.
No, she invited me in, so okay. But I was outside, honestly. But bloody hell, this looks massive. Look at all them vans. See you later. I'm not impressed.
Just act like an inquisitive, curious kid in a candy shop. It's like, whoa, look at all these vans. What? Oh, what? I see you recording out here in public. What are you doing? Oh, I'm recording in public without permission. Well, come on in here. We need to talk to you. Just keep on recording. Hey, where's the coffee? Where's the biscuits? Cool, good stuff. Good stuff. He just comes across as a really good-hearted, peaceful guy.
She didn't make me a coffee. That was funny.
Very funny.
Oh no, guys.
We're going to skip ahead to this next guy here.
I think I've got the wrong building.
The next interaction.
Yeah, so
This next interaction right here is where a guy is trying to exert his authority over the guy with the camera again.
hey, what's this place, my friend? What's this place? What is this place?
Police station.
Police? Why does it say storage outside? Why does it say storage? Okay. It's crazy secure, my friend. Police station, he says. It doesn't look like a police station to me.
That is some secure gating right there, fencing.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Huh? I can't hear you. Oh, what is that?
It's a police station.
Is it?
Yes.
He doesn't look like a police station though, does he?
I don't know.
If it's police station, so I should be able to go in then.
No, you can't.
Are you a policeman?
Yes.
Policeman?
No.
Oh, you just said yes.
I know, I made a mistake.
You briefly committed an offence. Briefly. But we let you off. I know you got all that, you know.
Can you stop filming?
What's that thing you got there?
Never you mind.
No, not that. I mean that little devil you've got on your arm.
Oh, it's
What is that? It's a devil on doing something, and he's got 4 cards right there, lucky cards.
Anyway, I can film my friend, yeah? Don't worry about it. Which one? Delete it?
Can you imagine you walking up to somebody going, "You're not allowed to do that. You don't have permission to do that. I got a problem with you doing that. I'm going to call a man with a gun so that he can take care of you." Can you imagine you doing that?
Why?
Because you're not supposed to film.
Who told you that?
Right?
Who told you that?
I know you're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to leave your keys like that. And the engine revving. That you're not supposed to do.
Okay, I'm going to fast forward to this next interaction here.
Sorry?
What is it? Why do you film our building?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Well, you can't just come to me and demand stuff without telling me who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You can't film our building.
I can.
Why can you?
Why?
Yeah, right.
I thought you are the police.
Then why are you filming our building?
Because I can.
Why can you?
Why can I?
Yeah. It's on a public footpath.
Tell him again, tell him. Tell him again.
Public footpath.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lorry driver teaching you, Mr. Police. Okay, that's your answer then. Thanks for that.
Truck driver gets involved in having the guy's back. Okay, so now we're going to get some law enforcement activity going here.
You right?
What's going on?
We're just wondering why you're here looking at this building.
Why am I looking?
Yeah, what is it you're here for?
Because I've got eyes.
I know, but you're like, recording and things and...
All right,
just wondering
can
what-
you not come close to me, please?
What is-
Just
what is it
gonna
you're here?
step back a little bit. What's going on?
We're wondering why you're here.
What's it got to do with you, man?
Well, that's a police building, so we're just
Is it?
wondering
That's
why
what I'm
you're
trying to find out. What is it?
here. It's a police building.
But it looks a little bit sus.
Why is it sus?
Like there's no signs on it saying police.
Why does it need to have signs on it saying police?
Why?
Yeah.
So we know it's police.
Who's
So
doing
where is it? What kind of we like? You know, people.
Right.
So what do they do there exactly? Because
Why-
it says
why
that.
do you need to know?
Huh?
Why do you need to know?
So you'll ask me questions, but you won't answer any of my questions.
Well, you're not answering my questions, are you?
I did answer your questions. You said why are you filming? I said that, and I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, and you're saying that you're here because you think it's a police building. You're not saying me why you need to film a police building.
Because I need to know what kind of police building it is.
Why do you need to know that?
Why not?
What's it got to do with you? Why do you need to know?
Why do I need to know?
Yeah.
Because last time I checked, my taxi is going to go towards the police buildings and stuff like that.
Right.
That's why I need to know. Is that fair?
You're not really making much sense, to be fair.
Well, you don't think
You're
it's...
standing here.
The guy who's come out on a call with another guy with a video camera is saying the guy with the video camera is not making much sense, when the guy who's coming out to harass the cameraman is the one who's not making any sense.
Effectively in the middle of nowhere,
Okay.
filming a building. But you're not really telling me why you're filming a building.
No, you stand in
Other than
here,
you're
effectively
knowing
in the
what
middle
you're
of nowhere, talking nonsense.
I'm not talking nonsense.
You're talking nonsense.
You're talking nonsense.
You just came here, you said, why are you looking at that building?
Yeah.
Are you like crazy or something? I've got
What's your
eyes, my
interest
friend.
in it?
I'm telling you, but you're not listening.
Well, I'm listening, but you're not kind of making any sense.
Didn't I
You're
tell
saying
you?
it's
I want
a
to...
police building.
First of all, I said,
Building,
you
so
said
why
it's
do you
police...
need to know?
You said it's police building, or I think I asked you, what is it? You said it's police building. And I said to you, it's not very well signed.
That's why I'm saying, what's your interest?
To find
Well,
out, because it's...
Why would you need to know?
That's not your regular police building, is it?
It's a storage building. It's nothing interesting.
Storage building. See, we're getting somewhere
It's
now.
nothing interesting, is it? But why do you need to know what it is? What's it got to do with you? I know you're saying, oh, I'm a taxpayer, I need to know.
Yeah,
But why?
because I'm a taxpayer.
So you've got nothing better to do today other than come here and film a building.
Okay, now you've got nothing better. You've got nothing better to do than come out here and film a building? Huh. Wait a second. You, whose job requirement it is to keep individuals in this area safe, you've got nothing better to do than to harass a cameraman who's engaged in a free activity?
No, the question is, haven't you got nothing better to do than come here
I've been asked to
and
come
ask
because
me?
you're filming a police building. I'm working, this is what I'm doing.
Say that again.
We're at work.
Are you? So?
Can't keep places safe.
Oh, well, maybe you should keep your mouth shut the way it was.
That's rude.
Seriously.
Why are you being rude to us?
Yeah, because he's giving me attitude.
But I don't
Oh,
understand
we're at
what
work.
you're
So what? I am at
saying.
work too.
How have we not got anything better to do?
Who?
I'm at us. You're saying that we've
Well,
got
get
nothing
away.
better to do. I'm telling you we're at work. This is our job.
And I am at work.
Honest
Are you?
opinion.
Yes.
What do you do?
What's it got to do with you?
Think about how pompous you have to be to come out here and harass a person who's actually had his wealth extracted from so they can fill the pockets of this chick right here and this guy right here and the other 6 police officers who end up showing up here in a couple minutes. How pompous would you be to extract wealth from the person who's the cameraman, come up and harass them and say, it's our job? Don't you have other jobs that are a little bit more weighty than this, that take a little bit higher priority on your task totem pole? Aren't there some murders you need to solve? Aren't there some rapes you need to get involved in so that you can stop that? Aren't there some thefts and some conspiracies going on? Some money laundering, or isn't there something more important? Getting a kitty cat out of a tree would be, I know that's fire department, but getting a cat out of a tree or helping a little old lady across the street is far more important than coming to harass a cameraman who's clearly doing nothing wrong. Besides that, cameras are everywhere. We just saw 2 cameras on these light poles right here. Google Maps is constantly driving around with that 360 camera everywhere they go, getting closer up, higher resolution film than this guy possibly could because Google has deep pockets. So it's just a crazy expenditure of time and resources that cops, not just in Great Britain, but also in the United States, Canada, everywhere you go, they're more than willing to deploy the resources it takes to not serve and protect you, but to harass and collect from you. Somebody gave a Leo Tolstoy quote, and that's Rene Bernays, says, the truth is that the state is a conspiracy designed not only to exploit, but above all to corrupt its populace. Henceforth, I shall never serve any government. A freaking man.
Well, what's God doing here got to do with you? What's that building's interest got to do with you?
Oh, come join us. He just called for backup. It's not enough to have 2 people. He could have gone, no, we got this taken care of. It's just a guy with a camera. That's all we're dealing with here. We got cameras. She's got to look. The hypocrisy, the astounding hypocrisy is that she has a video recording device. He has a video recording device. There's probably, it looks like there's a dash cam on the front windshield of this undercover vehicle right here they just stepped out of. But they got a problem with an additional camera out on the street, and then they're going to call for backup?
Because I just said I'm a taxpayer and I'm interested.
Yeah, okay.
So the reason you're here is because you're interested in...
Nice thin blue line socks.
Thin blue line socks.
I'm in plain clothes today, mate.
Sorry?
In case you haven't realised, I'm in plain clothes today.
Yeah, but the socks are like thin blue line socks. Are they not?
They're
Why are you
a
interested in
pair
our
of
socks?
Can I not have... Hang on.
Literally got nothing better to
Hang
do
on a
than
second.
film.
Why are you interested in the building? Why are you interested in the socks? Can I not have interests?
Yeah, but why are you here? Have you got nothing better to do?
Haven't you got nothing better to do?
Not at the moment, no.
No?
Wow.
Okay, so you've got nothing better to do.
The fact that he admitted that he's got nothing better to do in the capacity he's operating with or in says it all.
Do you just come here?
Yeah, and look, there's nothing in it here now.
Why?
Because of you. Because you're not giving us any good reason why you're here.
I gave you the reason, man.
What, because you want to know if it's a Met building? Yes, it's a Met building.
Now we've got four. We've got 4 on the clock law enforcement agents extracting extortion money from the tax cattle so they can harass a guy that's free to do what he's doing. Nobody's on one of the one of the hundreds, maybe thousands in this department of cold cases, murders that have gone unsolved, enemies of the public that are still at large. They really got this much time. Sounds like they need to start taking some cuts. They need to start cutting some revenue. They need to cut some budgets, some benefits, and some personnel because they got way too much time on your hands.
But don't use them.
Use what, mate?
The handcuffs.
You're in the couch, mate.
Just the way you're just getting ready to handcuff me. Try not to do that, please.
Outside. So what are you planning on doing now then?
He's friendly, isn't he?
I am.
Hi.
For my friendliness.
No, it's good to see somebody
Tyranny with a smile. Don't you love it, chap? Don't you love a good tyranny with a smile?
with a smile, you know. So far, this guy, he thinks I shouldn't have any hobbies. I shouldn't have any interest. That one, she's giving me attitude. He's very, very quiet. You're very smiley, so
Come over and chat, mate.
I'd love to talk to you.
Honestly, do you know why we've been called?
Because I'm filming.
Filming what?
Filming that what seems to be a police building, but I'm not exactly sure what they do over there.
Okay.
So I just want to find it.
Now, here's what you got. Here's what you got, guys. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Stay tuned. Auditing Britain is not going to let you down here. But now, instead of one man on a public sidewalk recording one building that they say is it's like a supply depot or whatever. Now, instead of one man on a street corner with one camera, now you've got 5 individuals on the same street corner now there's 5 video cameras.
A little bit more.
Right.
That's it.
Have I met you before?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so.
We obviously get concerned about people filming sensitive buildings.
Is it sensitive?
Consumed as sensitive buildings.
Is it sensitive, this one, is it?
Well, it's any police building, might be. Okay, so we always get concerned about people filming buildings.
All right.
Okay, and that's why we turn out and we find what's going on. So we've got every right.
Oh my God, there's another police car there.
Well, we don't know what we're coming to.
What are you guys doing?
We don't know what we're coming to. I haven't met you before. And you haven't met me before, is that right?
I've met you, or you said you haven't?
No, I said I haven't.
Oh no, I've never
So
met
we
you
don't know
before.
who we're coming to meet, do we? And we don't know what the reason is. So, so we come along to find out.
Okay, can I please ask you one question?
Yeah, go on.
What did they actually tell you on the phone?
2 more cops just showed up and they brought cameras.
They said you're filming the building.
Huh?
They're filming the building.
And you
so-
showed up like this?
Yeah. Because there's a few of us about. But of course, as I said to you...
So you
we
got
don't
nothing
know-
better to do, basically, like the guy said.
We don't know who we come to meet and what the
A man with a
reason for.
camera.
Okay. Yeah, but
Well,
we
if they
don't
said to
know.
you there's a guy filming, that means you will expect a man with a camera. Not a man with a bazooka.
Yes, because
Camera.
No. But obviously no firearms officers turned up, so I don't think there's any bazookas.
Yeah, but that's excessive.
In any case.
1, 2, 3,
Can I
4,
ask-
5, 6 officers.
Can
Is
I ask
that-
what your name is?
What do you need my name for?
So that I can record it and find out who you are and whether you're wanted or anything like that.
I'm not wanted.
Okay.
They gotta I don't care if it's in Great Britain. I don't care if it's in the United States, Canada, wherever. They gotta get that information. It's just for a report. I'm just doing my job. It's just for a report. No, it's not. They want to put you into the log so it can show on the log that you had an interaction with law enforcement, which ain't gonna look good for you 5, 10, 15 years down. Oh, wow, this guy's had a lot of run-ins with the law enforcement. Look at all these write-ups with his name in it. Oh, wow, we spent a lot of resources going out to take care of this guy. He must be a troublemaker. We might need to take down his social credit score a notch or two when that stuff starts forming on the landscape.
What are you going to be doing after we leave?
After I leave,
after we leave? What are you going to be doing?
No, no.
Okay, you going or are you staying here filming or what?
Well, I need to find out what that building is.
Well, there is no need for you to find out what they're building.
Sorry?
There is no need for you to find out what they're building.
There's no need. It's like these people who come out there and go, you don't need an AR-15. You don't need an AK-47. You don't need high-capacity magazines. The deer aren't out there wearing Kevlar. It's like, oh, thank you for telling me what I need. I'm not so pompous to say that I know what you need or what you can have access to or the freedoms that you can walk around with.
Why do you need to know what the building is?
Why not?
It's full of office furniture, basically.
Office furniture? Well, see, that's a start. I'm getting there.
There's nothing else in there that would interest you or anyone else.
How do you know?
It's not secret.
It's not secret.
It's not secret, no.
So why are you on here?
There are signs up saying that, please. There's signs up saying that, please.
He admits it's not a secret. The building stands in public. The guy's feet are on public sidewalk. Photography is not a crime, but they're still going to have this kind of a show of force and waste of time and resources for the taxpayer. Amazing. It's almost like they're clueless. It's like, this is just our job. Really? If that is really your job, that is a useless job for society. It's not doing anybody. Let's say this is all they did all day. It's not doing it. Harassing the public is not doing anybody a dang bit of good.
There isn't, no.
It's quite a new building.
There isn't, not at all, no. That's it, so look, I'm just filming, no big deal.
No, that's right. But listen, what are you going to be doing when we go then?
No.
Around, or
What are you going to be doing when we go?
hanging around or you go?
Well, I don't know, I haven't finished what I'm doing yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not going to try and get in the building or anything like that?
Get in?
Yeah.
Oh, I never did. I never tried, to be honest. I never
No
tried,
one-
never.
No one has said you have.
No.
I'm just checking.
No.
Can
I
I
don't-
record your details?
What kind of details do you need?
Name, date of birth would be good. Home address would be good.
Yeah?
Anything like that.
Anything
My car's
else?
blocking all the road up. Can I take your details?
Move your car then.
Can I do that?
Yeah, move your car first. Because you're blocking the traffic.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, I'm good.
What phone's that?
iPhone 13 Pro.
Good camera?
It is, yeah, it is. It's quite a good camera. It's
Is it as good as the S22?
S22, is that Samsung?
Yeah,
I'm not a
Samsung.
Samsung man.
Camera off.
Huh?
Should we have a camera off?
What do you mean?
Suzy's better.
So that
How many
again?
cameras have you got on it?
It's got about 3.
3.
You guys got a lot more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cameras.
I've got 5.
Ridiculous.
How's the camera on that?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me have a look.
You can zoom right in. What do you want to zoom in on?
That building.
That building? I'll show you my colleagues, alright?
Let's have a look. Oh, I don't want to get any private information.
Watch. Look how clear that is. What's yours like? Can you
I
look
don't
outside?
So now watch this. This is hilarious. So the cop uses his cell phone camera to zoom in on the building that all the law enforcement agents and the person at the Amazon distribution center were concerned about. The cop is doing the very same thing that Auditing Britain is doing. And then Auditing Britain's going to do the same thing. And the cop is going to object to him doing the exact same thing the cop is doing right now.
Oh man, come on.
Hold up.
That's pretty good. What's that on the top there?
Guide you in. Guide you in. Better, isn't it?
Bloody hell. So you think that's it? You've got a better picture than me?
Yeah, I can go right into the side. That yellow one. How far can you go in?
It zooms. Look at that.
What?
Look at that. Look at that. Hang on. I had an audience earlier, now they're gone. Oh no, there it is. There you go.
Why do you want to film picture anyway?
Hand in his pocket. I'm not filming people, I'm just showing you how it zooms.
Oh, that's filming. It's 9 minutes 6 seconds.
So yeah, it's filming, but you asked me to see how, how the good is the zoom. I just showed you, that's all.
What was one pulled off?
I moved the car.
These guys come on, grow a conscience, Leos. You law enforcement agents, I don't care what country you're a law enforcement, grow a conscience. Realize that what you've been called out there to do is ridiculous. Talk to your fellow. I don't care if you're his commanding officer or if you're on the lower rung of the totem pole. Can you just have some courage to step up and go, why are we wasting our time here? This is just a guy with the camera. Obviously, he's not doing any harm. And if he does end up taking these pictures and do something, terrorist-like, then we'll take care of him at that point. But up until then, he is innocent until proven guilty. Come on. There's murders. There's rapes. There's thefts going on in our city. Let's take care of that stuff. Let's make this place a safe place, not a place of harassment by law enforcement officials.
But it's funny that you said that, but you're also standing here with cameras, all filming. Hang on, you're not filming, you're not filming, she's not filming, them two are filming, he's filming, and all three of you have failed to tell me that you're filming.
I don't need to, it's a public place.
No, you do. You're not filming, so I'm not going to speak to you, but them two need to.
Okay.
If you follow like your procedures, you'll find that you need to inform members of the public before you start filming.
Okay,
Or
so
at convenient, hang on.
Now you're filming. Are you telling every member of the public around here that you're filming?
I'm not a police officer.
Well, I don't. Doesn't matter if I'm a police officer.
Because you're data handlers.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't work that way.
Hang on, I have the right.
argue
I have. You were polite a minute ago, now you're becoming rude. Hang on, I have the right to access that data. So if I don't know who's recording, just hear me out. Not you, I said not you. If I don't know who's recording, how am I supposed to access it? So you need to inform me that you're recording. Not you.
There's nothing for you to obtain though. There's no information for you to
I
obtain.
can access that, and that.
Okay, well, if you want to
Subject. It's called
speak to him,
subject access request. He's filming me.
Okay. If he wants to speak to you and he's recording, that's
Right.
the best way to go, isn't it?
I don't know why you all.
Look at, like, totally checked out right here. Totally checked out. Look at that. This chick is checked out. This guy is taking a mental lunch break right here. Let's see. Let's look at this. Mental lunch break. This guy's going, what the hell are we doing here? This lady right here is totally zoned out. It's like, I don't know, maybe she's thinking about what movie she's going to watch tonight. This guy's going, what are we doing here? This guy's engaging in a rude conversation. What is going on?
You started quite nice, and now all of a sudden you're
you're
building up this attitude. I am going to argue about it. You mentioned something that's wrong. If you are filming me, you need to inform me. End of story. It's in your rules.
According to
just
their own
follow your
rules.
I'm not asking you for anything further. What is it? No, that's it. He annoyed me. I'm not going to give you my details now.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll go.
And you know what's crazy about this whole thing? What's crazy about these people? Let me show you something here. Well, why is my... Oh, yeah, here we go. What's crazy about this is if somebody like this loses their lives in the line of duty, you know what's going to happen? There's going to be this long funeral procession. I don't know how it is in the UK, but in America, if a law enforcement officer, even if it's a law enforcement canine, a dog, loses its, because they view that dog as a fellow officer because, you know, they're helping with the drug interdiction program, keeping drugs, and we're going to bolster the war on drugs, and we're going to have canines helping. Man's best friend becomes man's worst enemy. So one of these people loses their lives in the line of duty. There's going to be this long traffic jam funeral procession, and they live their lives, a big portion of their career, as a Thin Blue Line cult member, harassing and collecting from the public. Tell me that makes sense.
Thank you very much
See ya.
for your time.
Well, have a good day.
Yeah, bye. So
No-
yeah, remember,
no
inform
respect.
people when you start recording. Lesson of the day.
You have a nice day.
Yeah. At least you learned something. And I'm glad you dropped that attitude.
I like what Half Warrior said here in the chat room, and that's why I like to go live, because I like hanging out with you guys. Half Warrior 67 says, I'm happy to know there are so many like-minded, awesome people in the world. Everyone in here is awesome. Yep, I totally agree. You know, you get the trolls every now and then, but just like at any state park, it's not a good idea to feed the lions, tigers, and bears, and online, it's not a good idea to feed the trolls because they do like that information or the attention. But this guy does a fantastic job, not just with members of the public at the Amazon distribution warehouse, but also with the boys in blue. He keeps the levity scale on high, turned up, doesn't take any BS, so he's got his defenses going on that, on the human rights front. But then he plies them and he pushes back. He stands his ground in a humorous, entertaining fashion that I truly appreciate. The name of the video is Why Are You Looking? It's from Auditing Britain, and not only is it entertainment and educational and informational, it's also entertaining. Bootlicker says, yeah, it's a walk of shame. Yeah, the drive of shame. They drove away in shame. You got to know, come on, you're a fellow human being. You wanted the ring of power. They gave you a shiny badge, a uniform, a gun. They said you got the authority of the state. With the power invested in you in this certain region, you are the authority. But it's not respectable, guys, because they use their power to harass other people who aren't committing crimes. And then they believe they're politicians when the politicians make laws defining what a crime is, and they just brainlessly follow. They're cemented, truly cemented. And I'm talking about that cement is cured. It's been cured in their minds for years. They're cemented in the cognitive dissonance of, they know way in the back of their cranial cerebral cortex that what I'm doing here is wrong, but the politicians told me to do it, and I'm not going to get that paycheck unless I do. So they put their morals on the back, they shelf it, or they put it on the back burner, or they just stomp on it and sear their conscience altogether. And then that's what allows them to convince themselves that what they're doing is for the good of humanity. This is going to help me sleep at night. And this is the stuff that we should constantly be exposing. Because like I said, in times of universal deceit, telling the truth, recording the truth, being the press is a revolutionary act. When you have this, you have a truth recording device, and people in public service, i.e. governments, because they want to control you, don't like truth-telling devices. That shows you where their mind is. That shows you where their heart is. And that shows you why it's so important to get this out anytime one of those thin blue line members show up. Because your life is in great peril whenever you encounter one of them. Because if we know one thing, you know, it's dangerous to rob a bear of its cubs, and it's dangerous to be in the presence of somebody who's tripping and walking around in a drunken stupor on their own authority. Renee Bernay says, look what they did. Look what they put 73-year-old Karen Garner in Loveland. 80-pound soaking wet 73-year-old Karen Garner in Loveland, Colorado, snapped her shoulder, broke her arm. Yeah, nobody deserves that. And they know they wouldn't want that done to themselves. They know they would be infuriated if some officer in another state did that to their mom while she was, absent-mindedly doing something because she was unfortunately stricken with dementia. James says, Renee Bernays, if they did that to my mother, they would have a highly military-trained 6'3", 280-pound problem. Yep. CH and Ty Audits is free from jail, 5 days solitary confinement. CH and Ty Audits. Dana Judd, thank you for saying that. Is it already up on their channel? Let me see. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Good hanging out with you. CH and Ty Audits. Let me just go to their channel, see what the last... Oops. Let's go to the channel and see what the last video is. CH is out. First live stream. Let's talk. I haven't seen this, so...
All right, we got our first viewer. All right. So hi, everybody. This is Craig from CH and Ty Audits. Next to me, we've got Ty from CH and Ty Audits. I just got out of jail earlier on.
You guys want me to go over this? It's 50 minutes. I don't know if I don't really want to have an extended video like that. Maybe we can, you know what? Let me review this and we can, let me watch it and then because I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste anybody's time here. What's up, Brad Pitts, Pacific Northwest Bear? Cheers back to you. Broken system, broken trust, solitary confinement for 5 days. Did I hear that right? I heard somebody put that in the chat room. I haven't heard that from his lips, but I believe that somebody, has got intel that I don't have. Delete Law says crush it. I think James Freeman agreed to a debate. Patrick Bellamore says, we know our disinformation. Oh, yeah. William Casey, CIA director. We know that our disinformation program is complete when everything American public believes is false. Yeah, I so much want to go through this, but we're already at 48 minutes on this. I don't want to wear you guys out and overextend my welcome. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Shane Bushta and Banana Anna, for the super chats. Shane says there's no worse tyranny than to force a man to pay for what he does not want merely because you think it would be good for him. It's kind of like that thing. I was talking with Chili from Delete Laws yesterday, and it's kind of like that thing Daniel Webster said. He said, good intentions, because that's what laws are designed to do. It's like they're supposed to be good intentions, right? Of course, they're not going to pawn a law off as evil. It's supposed to do society good, right? But good intentions are pleaded for every assumption of authority. And that's what tyrants do. They arrive on the scene and they don't say, hey, I'm the devil. They want to be your savior. They want to make your life better, they say. They want to do you good, not evil. They don't want to harm you and your family, they say. But then when they get into office, they just completely turncoat. The fangs grow, the claws come out, the blood starts dripping. So Daniel Webster says, good intentions will always be pleaded for every assumption of authority. It's hardly too strong to say that the Constitution was made to guard the people against the dangers of good intentions. Did you know that good intentions are dangerous? You dang right they are. He said there are men in all ages who mean to govern well, but they mean to govern or control. They promise to be good masters, light chains, plenty of table scraps, but they mean to be your masters. That's what good intentions will get you. It's like that cop that came with the smiley face. Oh yeah, tyranny with a smile is still tyranny. Polish that turd all you want to. It's still gonna be a turd. What was it William Pitt the Younger said? Necessity is the plea for every infringement of human freedoms. It's the argument of tyrants. It's the creed of slaves. Why is necessity the argument of tyrants? Because that's how they bait the hook. Look, necessity. Look, you need this welfare program. Look, we need to go to war over there in Iraq. We need to do all these things. They're threatening our democracy. Necessity is the plea for every infringement of human freedoms. It's the argument of tyrants because they know what works for them. It's the Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. They create or co-opt a problem, wait for a fear-based reaction, which is what the public usually operates on, this fear-based, they resonate on a low frequency of fear instead of the high frequency of freedom. And tyrants and psychopaths know that. That's who fills those positions of power are psychopaths. You only want power over other people because of psychopathy. There's something wrong with your brain. You don't have a moral foothold in your heart. It's the argument of tyrants. It's the creed of slaves. Why is it the creed of slaves? Because most slaves don't think, and then they'll operate on that fear. So the tyrants, problem, reaction, solution. They wait for the fear-based reaction, then they step in to provide the pre-planned solution, which the willing servants, the slaves, are actually begging for. Give us more tyranny. Set up the TSA in airports. Make us take off our belts, empty our pockets, open up our laptop bags, take off our shoes, and completely humiliate us. That's why I don't fly, guys. I'm going to drive everywhere I go. I will probably never take an international flight ever again. If I want to go somewhere overseas, well, I guess I'll have to get on a boat as long as they don't take me through a TSA checkpoint, because I'm not doing it, man. If there was ever a clearer violation of Fourth Amendment to be secure in your person, it's a TSA frickin' checkpoint. It's a Nazi Gestapo blue shirt checkpoint. I'm not giving up my rights, not doing it. So if that means me staying within the, the framework of the 50 states or whatever, okay, I guess I'm never going to go to Moscow and visit St. Peter's. I'm never going to go to, where, name a place. Because I'm not going to humiliate myself. Have I been on flights after the TSA was initiated? Yes. And I felt horrible about it. Matter of fact, I refused when I was flying, I refused to go through that frickin' radiation machine. It's going to, 20, 30 years, we're already 20 years into this. Okay. They set that up on October 2001. Prior to October 2001. And what set this off was the 9/111 event. That gave them the ability to set up the security theater we know as the Department of Homeland Security. Department of Homeland Security did not exist before 2001. How much does the Department of Homeland Security, which encompasses and is the umbrella, department for the TSA, how much does it cost American tax cattle every single year? Last I checked, 55.1, not million, but $billion. If NASA is allotted $22.1 billion as of 2019 figures, and that amounts to $61 million a day, then double that. It's like $120 million a day to keep the Department of Homeland Security and TSA operational. TSA costs $9 billion every year. Just the TSA, the blue shirts of the TSA. And guess what? They haven't even caught one terrorist. But you know what they have caught? Criminal TSA agents. ABC even did this thing where they put a tracking device on this iPad so that they could track where it went if it got stolen. Oh, it got stolen. Guess where it tracked them to? A THA chief's house. Wife answers the door. You can see it on here. You know what? Let's see. TSA. I'm just going to pull it up. I'm going to show you. Let me show you. They set up criminals as the foxes in control of our henhouse. The foxes are beholden to the Zio international bankers and the corporate elitists. Let's see. TSA iPad theft. I don't know. Yeah, here it is. Do you guys want to watch this with me? TSA found with the ABC iPad Brian Ross blotter investigation.
This morning, we have the eye-opening result of a...
So they set up the TSA to catch terrorists, and the criminal, the highest concentration of criminals that they've caught at TSA checkpoints are ... wait for it, TSA employees, government employees.
Brian Ross investigation into just how secure some airport security checkpoints really are when
If there's something else I got to tell you about TSA, stand by, guys. This gets even better. Is everybody okay? Do you want me to keep going? I don't want to be presumptuous. We're 55 minutes into this. I don't want to bore you guys. It's Saturday. It's a beautiful day over here in Oklahoma. Hopefully it's a beautiful day in your neck of the woods. If you want me to keep going, there's 350 people in here. Thanks for the 273 likes. Let's see if we can get it up to 300. If you want to keep going, put a 1 in the room. And I'll just go ahead and keep going. If I get, let's say 41s. If I get 41s, I'll keep going. If I don't, we'll just go ahead and shut it down before an hour comes upon us. Big G Audits, what's up, man? No one is here. Guys, no one is here. Welcome, no one. Mitten State Transparency. Brian Barbie, Beck Schmill. Damn Spark, Raz, Nick, Alfredo, Troy, Victoria Cunningham, Laguna Palms. I'll leave it up to you, mods, to let me know if we got 35, 40 likes. Mitten State Transparency. T. Luke, Chris B, Michael B, Broken System, Broken Trust. What's up, man? Mandatory Mayo. I can't say your last name, but hey, appreciate you back, Damon. Southern California. We're part of Southern California. I spent the majority of my time when I lived in Southern California was in the high desert in the Palmdale, Lancaster area. I lived in Lancaster and worked in Palmdale, right? Not even a mile from Plant 42 where they made the stealth bomber. It sounds like I'm from Chicago. Made this. You got that stealth bomber? You got that stealth bomber over there? Stealth bomber and the stealth jets were pretty interesting. They flew by almost every day or every other day. Yeah, we do have 40 likes. Okay, cool. We'll keep going then. I'm looking to see where in Southern California Damon Reeves is from. By the way, put the state here. I'm going to put the state that you guys are in. Oklahoma, clear skies. Little Rock. Little Rock. Let's see. Where's that near? It's near Acton. Is that near Acton? Is Little Rock near Acton? Patrick Bellimer, you're near Skunk Work, Palmdale? You know where I worked, right? Right down the street on Sierra Highway called, it used to be called the Antelope Valley Press. I think they sold the newspaper since then, but I don't know what it's called now. I think the Daily News bought it and then somebody else bought the Daily News out. It's no longer called this. Okay, Santa Paula, New York, Kentucky, California, Oregon is here. Sherwood, Oregon. Clear skies and sunny here in Mitten. Scotland. Here, let's just call some of these out. Thanks, guys. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for the 314 likes. You guys are just freaking awesome. Rainy in Virginia, says Nathan. Mitten State Transparency is Michigan. King is California. Oswego, Illinois. New Mexico, Arizona. They're banning people for medical terms now. Says mandatory. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can't say anything unless you got credentials. You got credentials. Boy, did I catch you on the internet without credentials? Olympia, Washington. Thanks, Lick the Whole Boot. 400. Let's get 400 likes. Honolulu, Hawaii. One of the most restrictive states in the non-continental U.S. Utah, Santa Paula, Southern California, New York, Kentucky, California, Sherwood, Oregon, clear skies in Michigan, Scotland. It's 23:30 here at night, so it's a night sky. Another one for Virginia, Ohio, New York City, Says Bacchus Mill, Joshua Tree, California. There were Joshua trees in the... Joshua trees are pretty cool, actually. There were a lot of Joshua trees in the Palmdale and Lancaster desert area. If you're ever in, I don't know what the month time frame is, but in Palmdale, going out the 38, I don't know what months you can see this. There's actually a 3-week or a 2-week time span, but the California poppies are breathtaking to see. Breathtaking. And if there is any kind of moisture that's come down before then, it's just brilliant. Brilliant colors. I'm in Ohio, raining in Tennessee. Big G Audits, what part of Tennessee? I finished high school and graduated from college in Murfreesboro. Actually lived in Hermitage, graduated from MTSU in Murfreesboro. Azerbaijan, says Anur Aslanov. Laguna Beach, California. Edwards Air Force Base, near there, says Patrick. I'm in Florida, says Alfredo. Okay, let's watch this.
Comes to your property.
The reason we're talking about this is because of the gross injustice committed against us at airports everywhere in the United States and really around the world. But for us, the Department of Homeland Security and the under agency, the TSA, the fact that the TSA has not only not caught terrorists, but the criminals that they are catching actually are wearing the blue shirts and have a TSA patch on their shoulder.
Anytime you go through security, you take it on faith. Your stuff will be there on the other side, but that's not what always happens. Brian Ross here with us now to explain.
Well, good morning, Amy. New figures out today show 381 TSA officers have been fired for stealing from passengers and their luggage. And members of Congress think that may just be the tip of the iceberg. And for passengers who are victims of TSA theft, many find they are on their own when something goes missing. So,
hey, anything wrong with this picture right here? Victims of TSA theft. That's why we do what we do in this channel right here, because there's so many people out there that are victims of police initiated harassment, theft, brutality, murder.
We set out to see for ourselves. We went to 10 major airports, all with a history of TSA theft problems. We checked bags with iPads valued at $600 and cash, and purposely left behind iPads at TSA checkpoints. All the luggage made it past TSA safely.
We've gotten the $500 and the iPad.
And in 9 out of 10 cases at carry-on checkpoints, TSA screening officers did exactly what they are trained to do.
Please come back to the podium to claim your item.
But it was a different story in Orlando, where our iPad was last seen in the hands of TSA officer Andy Ramirez.
Andy. Come on, man. Did they not pay you enough on the government dime, on the tax cattle dime? Do you really have to steal somebody's iPad?
We filed this missing property report, but we're told nothing had been found and that we were essentially just out of luck. But we had been able to track our iPad the night it disappeared.
This is freedom of the press right here. This is fake stream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media doing its job.
30 miles away from the airport to the home of the TSA officer.
Brian Ross from ABC News.
2 weeks later, we showed up at Ramirez's house.
We're looking for a missing iPad. Missing iPad?
Yeah. Look how official he looks. Look how innocent. Look how full of purpose and just getting out there to try to make sure that he can keep America safe and free.
Okay. And the tracking device shows that it's located right here at this address. Okay.
Huh. Must be a mistake.
No, sir.
And again, Ramirez denied knowing anything about the missing iPad.
Did you take it? No, sir. You did not take it, no, sir.
But after setting off an audible alarm on the missing iPad and asking him to search his house again, Ramirez produced it.
You found it. There it is. Okay, turn the camera off.
With his TSA uniform shirt now.
What's the first thing the guy says? It's the very thing, I didn't even expect to do this, but it's the very thing that we said is the camera is not the enemy of the people. The camera is the enemy of the people. The TSA, the Department of Homeland Security, your local police force. Because government's not eloquence, it's not reason, it is force. And like fire, it's a dangerous servant and a fearful master and a thief.
off, Ramirez claimed that it was his wife who had taken it, not him. I want you.
When all efforts to maintain the lie fail, blame the spouse. Good job, Ramirez.
You'd explain how this iPad left at a TSA screening station ended up in your house.
My wife's. I'm so embarrassed.
Your wife?
My wife said she got the iPad and brought it home.
You know, that can't be true because the last time we saw it, it was in your hands. It wasn't in your wife's hands. We saw it in your hands.
I love it. I love it.
Late
Nabbed.
yesterday, TSA told us that Ramirez is no longer employed by the agency, which says it has a 0.
Yeah, but not only no longer employed, how about charges pressed against him for theft? What would happen if you stole somebody's iPad at a local airport? They'd throw the book at you. Look at this guy's face right here. Boy, don't they sound believable? Aren't they good liars? Blame the wife. Not only should he lose his job, his wife should go, you threw me under the bus on national frickin' television? Are you, what? Who are you? Try to keep your job by marring my character and maligning my reputation? Who are these people, man? That's bottom of the barrel, man. That's bottom of the barrel.
Hands. Late yesterday, TSA told us that Ramirez is no longer employed by the agency, which says it has a 0 tolerance policy for employees caught stealing from passengers. Amy.
Find My iPad app and that alarm. Those were key. Great report, Brian. And if you want to see more, we will have more from Brian.
Yeah, great report, Brian. Let me show you something else about the TSA and security theater, because that's all it is. It's probably more than that, $55 billion a year security theater. It's let's call it $122 million a day security theater. TSA chief, let's see. TSA chief out after agents fail 95% of airport breach tests. So what happens is something called a federal red team conducts a red team test at airports all across the United States. The purpose of the red team test is to see if these federal agents can smuggle loaded firearms, armed explosives onto departing flights. 95% of the time, they fail to detect the very thing that they were placed there to detect. So you're not 100% free. You're not even 15 or 10% free. You're not even, or safe. You're not even 5% safe. It's probably even worse because this is a government agency reporting on a government agency. The acting head of the Transportation Security Administration was reassigned Monday after an internal investigation by the Department of Homeland Security found security failures at dozens of the nation's busiest airports. The breaches allowed undercover investigators to smuggle weapons, fake explosives, and other contraband through numerous checkpoints, to the tune of 95% failure. Check this out. In one case, an alarm, let me expand this for you because most Americans don't know this. Share this video, guys. People are getting on these departing flights with a false sense of security. In one case, an alarm sounded, but even during a pat-down, the screening officer failed to detect a fake plastic explosive taped to an undercover agent's back. In all, so-called red team of Homeland Security agents posing as passengers were able to get weapons past TSA agents 67 out of 70 times. A 95% failure rate, according to the agency. Guys, that's why government doesn't allow itself to fail. If this happened in the free market, that security agency would go out of business because nobody is going to tolerate a 95% failure rate when the very reason you were at the airport was to keep us all safe from an exploding airplane. Horrendous. Oh, but if you add government to things, it just makes things a whole lot better. What is that? What was that song? Da, 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 makes the world taste good. What was that? Adding little government makes the world more safe. No, it doesn't. It makes it more dangerous. Because now you've let your guard down as a passenger. It's like, oh, I trust TSA. They're going to keep me safe. The guy next to you brought a dagger. He plunges it into your chest. You were supposed to catch that. You were supposed to protect me, government. What's going on here? But Boobus Americanus cannot comprehend this because they're involved in the same cognitive dissonance and the immoral behavior as the government because they keep voting for it. That's why I say time and time again, politics is nothing more, nothing less than the clever and deceptive art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering in order to dupe average people into accepting and even demanding the chains of their own enslavement. It's not enough for you to accept it. They want you to beg for, give me chains. Give me chains, government. Put the chains on me at TSA checkpoint. Make me take off my belt. Make me take off my shoes and open my laptop bag and empty my pockets and not carry 3 ounces of liquid. So now I don't have shampoo and I got to buy it at my next location. Yeah, just completely humiliate, demoralize, and dehumanize me. Oh, as long as you're going to keep me safe. Oh, wait a second. Red team tests indicate that 95% of guns and bombs make themselves onto your departing flight. Yeah, Jason Walsh says, yep, illusory. It's the illusion of prosperity. It's the illusion of security. It's the illusion of protection. Yeah, tons of pedos arrested from TSA too, Delete Laws points out. Yep. TSA pedos. They ought to run a sting on that. Yeah, I have my private pilot's license. I'll have to do 6 takeoffs and landings within, a certain period of time to refresh that. But it's just private pilots. I'm not instrument rated. Yeah, I could fly, but I don't know. I can only fly VFR. I can't fly IFR. So I got to go by visual flight rules. I can't do instrument unless I get my instrument rating, which would take it'd take an additional 30 hours to do that, and that's pretty expensive. So maybe one day. Plus, I don't know where they stand. The FAA stands on correctable vision now. Back then when I was a pilot, I didn't need glasses. Now I need glasses. Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you for the 535 people who are in here. I really appreciate you. Let's set brush fires of freedom in the minds of men. Thank you for the 378 likes. I don't know. We got 22 likes to get to 400. Can we do it before the end of this video, which will be ending in about 2 or 3 minutes? But I just want to tell you, I really appreciate you. I do want to join forces with everybody. That's why I have a social media presence, so we can set brush fires of freedom in the minds of men and carve out a little bit better place for this world so that when we leave, our children have a little less tyranny to deal with, if at all possible. And if you're interested, become a member of the of this channel. It really helps out a lot. Or go to the Cash App thing or whatever. And somebody was asking me, I think it was Joe Ramirez. Joe Ramirez was asking me to make a pro-life shirt. So I have this shirt right here in the, let's see, do I have that? Let's see if this link, I don't know if this link will work. I have it. This is the new pro-life shirt that I got right here. If you like it and you want to grab it, I got it. I don't even know if this link works. Let me see. It might not work. I don't think it will. Let me see. Open link in new tab. No, it's not working. Oh yeah, it did work. Oh yeah, it did work. Anyway, that's the new one. The radical idea that babies are people that we need to protect. Huh. Yeah, that's super radical, isn't it? Super radical. I will fight for the unborn just like I'll fight for you guys. Thanks. Baxter Mill says smash the like button. And that brings us to an end here. Thanks for 405 likes. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. Share the best way you can support this channel is just like this video. Share it with everybody you know if you feel like the content is valuable, that people can get something out of. And I will see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.